Hello and welcome to SimCity. I'm the voice from Player vs. Product Reviews, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to go ahead and create our city. So we're going to go ahead and get things started here. We're going to create a new area. We're going to go with this region, Titan Gorge. There's 8 regions to choose from currently. This one I like the most just because it has the most possibilities. Go ahead and give our region here a name. And we're going to keep this one as a public. Maybe someone will join in, maybe not. You never know. Go to the next screen. And then here we go for when we're going to choose where we want to build our city. Now, these little squares here are going to be the different plot choices. There are 16 on this map. These little circles here are going to be your great works locations. Those are going to be places where you make really big constructions that help out the entire region. The other things to take note on here are these little white lines, which are going to be our railroad systems, and these yellow lines, which are going to be the highways. Now, if you notice, everybody is somehow connected to everybody else one way or another, but not directly connected to each other all at once. What I mean by that, these 4 here are all connected together, and then these 2 are connected by rail to these 2, which are connected by road to this guy, who's connected by rail to these 2, who's connected to the waterways, which goes down here, which eventually gets back to this guy, from the road, back to the rails, back to these guys, back to the roads, back to these guys. So it all kind of is encompassing, but not necessarily 100% all the way. Now, this is the one we're going to choose for today. Pioneer Plains is what this one is called. Go ahead and claim it. And then after that, they'll populate us with 50,000 simoleons, and we'll click play. Let's see. As we're loading up here, we're just going to go ahead and give you my plans for this city. I do plan on making this into a little more of an educational type city, trying to get all the smarty pants in the region to come here, get their stuff done. We will start off with a little bit of road. Now, the big thing here is this is going to be your connection to the outside world, the highway. You have to connect this to everything else to basically get what you want to get. Now, to start off, I'm actually going to go a little crazy, and we're going to use these avenues. The reason why this is considered crazy is because of the fact that avenues cost way more money, but do have the nice added factor of being able to eventually upgrade it so you have 3 lanes of traffic going each way, plus a streetcar going down the center, which does end up helping a lot, especially when you get those crazy times with lots and lots of traffic. Now, to start that off, we're going to go ahead and add in some people to our nice little city. Now, when you go into the zoning, you have, of course, your residential, your commercial, and your industry. All 3 of which are going to be free. And to put them down, you literally just put next to the road and click. Now, if you'd like to make it so instead of dragging that all the way down, just do it all at once, if you hold down Control and do it, once again, you get the whole area. And we're going to go put them down, and we're going to speed time up a little bit here. Right now, we were on turtle speed, go to llama speed, and then the supposed, finger quotes here, cheetah speed, which has currently been deactivated by the producers just because of the fact that they're having issues with their server stability. Hopefully that will be up in the near future. Now, one thing you will notice is as soon as we started doing this and people start moving in, this turned yellow. This is our water. Right now, our people do not have any water. We're going to take some dirt roads, and we're just going to play this guy all the way up over there. And then we're going to take another dirt road, and we're going to go all the way over here. Alright. Now also now you see it turned red, which means that they are complaining they do not have any water. We are negative. They are also complaining that we do not have any power. This is also something we are going to put in. First things first, we're going to go with water. Go ahead and click on our water table map. And this is going to show us where the water in our city is located. As you can see, I kind of already had a cheat code here, knew exactly where we were going because, like I said, I've been on this one before. So we're going to take a little water tower, and we're going to plop it down right over there. Now, as we do that, you'll see it will start producing water. Now, the fun thing about this game is the fact that it will use your current road system to deliver all of your utilities. So your water is going to come down the roads that you have and slowly give these guys down here some water. Your electricity will come down the same way. It'll work the same way for your sewage to be picked up, and then also for your trash collection services, obviously because of your dump trucks going down the roads. Now let's go ahead and get these guys some power too before they have a little freak out. In this particular city, eventually we are going to try to go to nuclear power, which is going to be the pinnacle, producing 200 megawatts an hour. Downside about it is that it does require tons and tons of water to help keep that so that we don't have any radiation spills. That's going to be what we end up with, but for right now we're going to go ahead and stick with coal, just because it's somewhat cheap, it's easy to maintain, not really a huge expenditure, like I said, because in the beginning stages you're going to be spending money left and right, and you just want to try to save where you can save. Now if you notice, as soon as we put it down, we don't start making electricity. The place is actually currently closed because it doesn't have any workers. These little cars here are going to come in there, they're going to start working, and then we'll see that power start shifting it on down. Now another thing to look at is whenever you build one, you do start off with 20 tons of coal, which is what they're going to use at first, but then you also are going to need to accept global coal deliveries for the time being, just so that we can stay afloat, because once those 20 tons gets out, it'll stop working unless we keep importing more in. So we're going to start with that. Now we're going to move back over here and look and see, everybody's got power. Yay, everybody's happy. That's awesome. We're going to start going ahead and expanding upon our roads. Because right now we just have that one little area. It's kind of sad. So we're gonna bring it all the way out to there. Spend all of our monies. Then we're gonna make this residential as well. Just right there. Now, as I was saying before, the one thing that you take in consideration for the fact of what this is going to eventually be is I want this to be a college town, okay? But for right now, we're just trying to build up all of our surroundings, get all of our money good, get ourselves a nice little community before we turn it into what we eventually want it to be. So to do that, we are going to actually need to have a little bit of commercial, a little bit of industry, and then a lot of the residential. The plan for right now, because if you notice, if you look, where we'll show it. All right, we'll pretend like we're going to put down another one of these plants. If you notice, oh wow, it doesn't do it unless I have money. Well, that's just really frustrating. All right, if you look at the wind table, or wind map, if you will, it will show you which way the wind direction is going. Now, it doesn't seem like that's such a big deal, but the problem is that these guys here, and most industry, at least low-level industry, produces a lot of air pollution. So if you have them, let's say, on this side of the map, and then your residential on this side of the map, these guys are going to get sick, and they're going to get annoyed and not really want to live there anymore because they're constantly smelling all that debris and all that kind of fun stuff. So it takes a little bit of planning. We will actually put down some industry over here, and we're going to put down some residential on this side, and we're going to have a little bit of commercial over here as well, just to kind of attract some people, get everybody happy. But it's not going to be our end game. Let's see. The next thing we will do is we're going to go ahead and add some more roads. Once again, once you put your cursor on this road here, you'll notice that these little guidelines pop up. Like I said, it's really, really easy to accidentally mess up and not give yourself enough room to fully develop. So these little guidelines do help you with that, and it's really, really convenient. We went ahead and put that down. We're a little broke, so we couldn't do a lot, but it's enough for the time being. We're going to go ahead and put down some industry for them right there. And, well, there's a little wind map. Sure, now it shows it. Okay. We don't want to do that whole area, so we're just going to do here. Oh, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then just for fun, we're going to put some commercial right there, just so we can get some down so everybody's happy. Once you've been able to get yourself started, basically connect to the highway, provide the working power, and provide the working water, you're able to build your town hall. Now your town hall is actually kind of helpful because it is upgradable with different things that will end up helping you out in the long run, such as a department of utilities, which is what we're going to have to do first once we get up to 5,000. And what that's going to do, yay, congratulations, Mayor, on your hard work. It has paid off. Now it's time to build your town. Give it a name. So what are we going to name this place? We are going to name this place... Oh... Let's see here. Smart People Ville. I like it. Alrighty. Well, like I was saying, when you upgrade these different things, you can put different departments onto them that basically help you with different aspects. The Department of Utilities is the one I'm going to put on first, which is going to unlock the ability to do better sanitation issues, better water pumping stations, and things of that nature, which will greatly improve the overall quality of how everything works. It's one of those things that after playing for a while, you start to learn which things you should put down first, what's most important, and what really does help out. And I've noticed that that really does make a big difference, either having that or not having that. Now we also need a sewage output. And we're going to put it right here for right now. Eventually we will end up putting a sewage treatment plant actually right next to where we're going to put the water, what's it called here, official name? Water pumping station. I know that sounds horrible, but the reason why is because the sewage treatment plant actually will treat that sewage and turn it back into water, pumping it back into the ground. And the sewage will no longer be an issue of making the water dirty. The water pumping station will pump out so much water that it's actually kind of necessity to put it out there. You will notice that right now it was raining. That rain does help put more water back into your water table, but not to the point where when we eventually get to the end here that we'll be able to maintain it, because it is quite a lot. Now, one thing that is kind of an annoyance, like I was mentioning before, you cannot upgrade your roads from regular roads all the way up to avenues. What you actually have to do is delete them and then lay down the avenues themselves. The downside about that is any building that is attached to it will also be destroyed. Now we are getting to that point where we can go ahead and get rid of some of these guys. So we're going to do this, and everybody's going to be angry with us, but it is for the greater good, I promise. And we're going to lay this down. So, go right like that. And that didn't cost too much, so let's keep going. Now, like I said, these buildings will all go away. But we can always lay them back down. Not a huge problem. They're just going to yell at me for a minute. Oh, that's not good. One thing I don't like about the interface is sometimes you do end up actually clicking on the options. See, yeah, I did that. Instead of actually doing what you're trying to do. Alright. And we are going to have to wait a second here to be able to complete this. So we'll go ahead and do that. So now everybody's back hooked up to the whole system and everything's all hunky-dory. Let's see. We will actually relay down some more industry just right here. Just to get that back up and going where we wanted it. And we will check on what we're doing. Let's see. Right now we got 2,000 people. Like I said, our short-term goal is going to be getting 5,000 so we can start getting the other stuff going. We do have a pretty little busy city going on so far, though. I mean, look at all this. You got all these people walking over. You got a pretty good amount of cars. Everybody seems pretty decent. Not a huge amount of traffic either so far, which is also nice. If you look down here, you have your little happy or sad meter, and as you can see, everybody is positively going up. We have a 63% approval rating, which isn't too shabby. I've had better, but trust me, I've had a lot worse as well. The next thing that we're going to do is just try to keep increasing the amount of nice roads that we have, and just kind of going from there. One thing to keep in mind is that you are eventually going to need some services. They're kind of pretty darn important. The three services that are the most important are going to be your fire, your health, and your police. Now, if you notice here, health's already got some issues. For the time being, I think we're actually going to try to save up a little bit here and get that health down. Actually, you know what? Just because these guys are kind of really asking for it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out a bond. Bond is basically just going to be a loan that you will pay back little bit per hour. So it's going to be 173 per hour going on to it. Now, we're still making an overage of 1,614. So it's not going to really affect us, but it is going to give us the ability to go ahead and make this right now. For the time being, we are going to just put this guy right there and let it be known that that is where our health is going to be. Now, with the excess money that we do have, I think we're going to go ahead and, once again, it takes a second for it to open up here. Once we get some workers in there, we'll start treating these guys. We're going to start working on some more roads. Main reason why is, like I said, we want to get people here, and we want to increase our overall population and income, and that really happens just from people working here, shopping here, and then also living here from the taxes and whatnot. There we go. I like that guideline much better. I'm always afraid I'm going to mess it up. Alright, so we have that, and we are going to zone that for residential. Here and right here. Well, that'll help us get some more people in, which will increase that revenue a little bit. Oh, that's not good. Dude thinks he broke his leg. He's calling the ambulance. Now, once we get this thing open, you can see here we're already treating 8 people. It only has the capacity of treating 10, and there is a waiting room as well that can hold 10 people. We have the 1 ambulance, and right now it's really not the best case scenario, but it'll make do for the time being. Now, any of these kind of big buildings here that actually have a reason for them will actually have an expenditure. This one's going to cost us $400 per hour for operation. Now, as we edit this and upgrade it, that amount will go up. We're just putting a little sign right here. It's going to say it's a clinic. That really doesn't have any difference. But going ahead and adding an extra ambulance, not only is it going to cost you 10,000 simoleons up front, but you're going to have a recurring 200 per hour maintenance fee basically from that. And you can upgrade that up to 4 more additional, so you have a total of 5. And then also the patient rooms. Those are once again are going to be 12,000 to start off, and then an extra 300 per hour. So I mean, you can also have 4 of those. It can add up to actually making it so this little tiny clinic can be pretty productive, but the same token end up costing a good amount of money as well. So you kind of got to be careful. You gotta do a steady balance, really. There we go. Now you'll see these little bubbles pop up here and there, and they pretty much have a little bit of an insight. When they're green, they're typically going to be a positive thing that they're thinking and saying. If it's red, usually there's a major issue. And then if it's kind of grayed out, kind of like the one you're going to see up here over the town hall, that's going to be an actual mission. This one right here is going to tell us about mysterious Dr. View. Basically is a villain and they're going to ask you to go ahead and build Maxis Manor, which is going to be a superhero. That was part of the pre-order. You were able to get the heroes and villains pack, basically. Not really a big fan. It's a lot of work to deal with, and just not really my thing. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and stop it here for now. Thanks for joining me on the adventure of building Smart Peopleville, and we'll see you here next time.